Sometimes in the dark times
Hey, it's Joshua Smotherman, MiddleTennesseeMusic.com. You're tuning into another Mid Tenn Listens podcast. I've got another interview for you. This time it's with Daniel Tortoledo, and we will be discussing his influences, technology, and how it affects navigating the music world as an independent musician. He'll be talking about his newest project and the differences between working with a band and working as a solo artist. And we'll get into a few more things. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Daniel, for your time. I really appreciate it. And I'll let you take it from here, and I'll jump in with the questions when it's time for that. My first question to you is, where are you from? And what style of music do you create? And please do not explain that to us in popular genre classifications. I want to hear it from you in your own words.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Daniel Tortoledo, and thank you very much, Middle Tennessee Music, for inviting me over and sharing this few minutes together. Well, I am from Caracas, Venezuela. That's where I grew up. For about 16 years, and then moved to the US. I've been here for another 16 years. So the influence from both countries is pretty palpable in my current music, or just in general as a person. The style of music I'm creating at the moment is pretty much straightforward rock and roll. There's no mystery to it. It's just like straight, no secrets, just what you get. However, because I don't currently have the means to travel with a band, I'm usually traveling as a solo musician. So people automatically label me as folk songwriter. I have no problem with that. But once you include the drums, it just turns to rock and roll. And I guess if you remove the guitar, it would sound like, and just leave the words and the drums, it would sound like spoken words with rhythm in the background. So it's really how it depends on the angle that you approach it with. And but I really enjoy it, like what I'm doing. It's pretty interesting just to go from city to city. When I'm doing that, it feels like there's growth. It's like you have to really wear a shield of your emotions and just make sure that sometimes the lack of audiences in cities that you don't really know, that's like a way to learn how to perform from a salt shaker, and that's fine. It's just part of like the career and the path that I've chosen.
Tell us what led you down this path of music and what motivates you to stay on course.
Well, what's led me down this path of music is just innate approach. I've been doing music since I was 4 years old, and never really looked back and said I could have been this or that. I tried being a lawyer for 3 months, and there are two things that I know positively that I would have been horrible at: a cab driver, so I can't drive, and a lawyer, because I just don't have it in me. And with those two things, but besides that, I've always thought about music as the way I'm gonna be doing music until I'm 85. After that, I don't know what's gonna happen, but definitely it's not something that I chose. It's just something that I was assigned by, I don't know, life, and I'm happy that I was assigned to do that. The motivation just comes from within, really. Every time that I feel that I have a purpose in a project that I'm currently developing, as long as that purpose is honest and there's something beyond just playing shows to just play shows, there's something really interesting about that. But currently, the motivation that I have is something very unique that I have to say respectfully to the other projects that I have been involved in the past. It's just very unique, this feeling that I have right now for this project that I've been developing for the past year. After I was done with my previous band, The Highway, I pretty much took a break from, first of all, late night rehearsals, and I just needed to concentrate on creating content. And that's what I've been doing the past year, just focusing on making sure that whatever is coming out of my guitar and like whatever release that I put out there needs to be really elegant or really like well crafted. There's no rush for me. No rush. I don't care about the industry. I don't really care anymore about that, because if you rush things, it's gonna last very little. See it from like the big angle of life. Nothing will last if it's rushed, and if it'll collapse. If it has no essence, it'll collapse. Like a lot of speakers are made without essence, and they'll just collapse in 4 years. Where you get speakers from 1970 something, and they're still like heavy and really well constructed, and they're still functioning. That's how I see art, and I'm happy with the way that things are developing at the moment.
How is your newest release different from everything you've released previously? Were you trying to accomplish anything specific with this?
The release of this new project under my name, Daniel Tortoledo, well, I say Tortoledo because phonetically speaking in English it sounds more correct, but it's actually pronounced Tortoledo. So Daniel Tortoledo is actually my name. I just need to like say it that way to make sure that people understand how to spell it or are able to spell it correctly. This new release of my music, it is different from others because the responsibility really lies only on my shoulders, and whatever I do, it is my responsibility. If it sounds bad, it's my blame. It's me. It's my guilt. I'm the guilty one. That's not only the reason, but also I'm not co-writing anything with anybody. So there's no emotions that I'm sacrificing, even if it's the wrong approach for other people's perspective. Everything that's there, it's me. It's like what you're seeing, what you're feeling and hearing and smelling and looking at. That's what's portrayed there. There's no secret that left out of the equation. That's who I am, and it's a wonderful feeling when there's nothing, fears and love and hate and construction, destruction. Everything's there. So I feel like that was one little thing that was missing from previous things, and it's the nature. It's just the nature of working with people. You gotta sacrifice, and it's a beautiful thing, but you gotta sacrifice certain things about your own self in order to satisfy the other person you're working with. So in this case, that didn't happen, and I'm happy that I was very. I've been very honest and true to myself in the past year, musically speaking. So there's that. Like, there you have it. That's the answer.
Do you face any challenges as an independent musician in a digital world? And on the flip side, how has technology helped you, assuming it has?
The challenges that we face as independent musicians in the scene are pretty difficult, I guess, because they're pretty difficult to manage. Just because the more opportunities there are out there for everyone, the more difficult it is for you to be on top of the wave, because just the nature of the competition, and it's not something that I'm creating. I'm not saying this for the first time. It's not the first time that probably you hear this, but it's definitely more difficult these days. But I don't know. I just feel like I'm just doing it because for the right reasons. I'm not doing it to gain the popularity that some people want to get or gain, or just to be in the hip scene. I'm really just motivated because I love what I'm doing, and I just love the fact that I truly believe in that. So one thing nurtures the other. The more happy you are with your music, the more honest you're gonna be with it. So it's just like a lovely wife that you just nurture, and she nurtures you, and she'll. It's just like a thing that just combines, and once it gets combined, it's just like an explosive bubble of emotions and wonderful things. The technology definitely helps. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't be on video with you guys, and I wouldn't be, broadcasted in the world of YouTube and all of that. It's definitely helpful, and I'm glad that it exists. And I'm pro technology. I think technology is wonderful as long as it's used in a magical, cool way. And got no problem with it.
Anything else before we sign off? Thank you for your time, by the way.
You can follow me on my website. It's danieltortoledo.com. That's my homepage. Through that, you can just find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and all of that. It's Daniel Tortoledo, pronounced that way, or Daniel Tortoledo, in the Spanish way. I thank you very much for this opportunity. Middle Tennessee music. Hope that we get to share sometime in the near future. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so very much. Take care.